Welcome to Kinnick Stadium in Iowa City, Iowa, home of the Hawkeyes. As we'll see a participant from last year's playoff, the Kentucky Wildcats, taking on the winners of 3 straight, the Iowa Hawkeyes. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. Kentucky ready to go toe meets leather and start this game. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Might be changing the route. They'll try the run. Stopped him at the 41, but that's a big pickup of 15.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, it's so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
Might as well give it to him again. This is a kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged, but when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
And there's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out in the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, I got to get my feet set, make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on, and I think that you saw that led to a little bit of inaccuracy.
Let's see what they find in the playbook for 3rd and long from the 43. Wide receiver going in motion. On 3rd down, he drops the throw. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
The hardest thing to do in football is to play on the road. So you want to get those fans as quiet as possible. That is a great opening possession for this defense. Not giving up any big plays and forcing the 4th down.
Couldn't get away from that cover team, and they've got him down at the 23. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. A quick pass to the left. Turning it on! And he'll have enough for the 1st down at the 42.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
The give to the single back. Got enough for the 1st. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play.
Defensively, with all the space now and spread football, there's so many opportunities where it's one-on-one tackling, and it's really hard to do. It's hard to get guys to the ground that are so talented. That's why defenses have to swarm to the football, get multiple guys there. That's your best chance to not have broken tackles.
On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit. When you have a conference as deep and balanced as this Big 12 is, it's important to get off to a quick start in conference play.
Yeah, you're going to be challenged each and every week here in the Big 12 Conference. Since they've expanded, the quality of this conference has gotten so much better. So, David, big challenge here to make sure mentally your mind is right starting the season off today.
Yeah, I mean, to make your dreams come true, it starts one game at a time, the old cliche. But the Big 12, year in and year out, so many different teams that can beat you. So many different teams that can put points up on the scoreboard. Got to start fast in Big 12 play.
Here's a quick throw out to the left. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times they'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
The give to the running back from the shotgun. Smashes through the tackle. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Wildcats!
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
He'll bring it out. It's Bobo. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Able to pick up a couple before he's dragged down at the 19.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Pulls it in. It's Anderson. Out to the 32-yard line before he goes out of bounds, and that's the way to give a little start to the drive. They'll snap this one from the 32. It's 1st down. Wants to throw on 1st down. Got his man. Nowhere to go and not much to show for that one.
I love the anticipation on that throw by the QB on the out route. You got to throw it before the receiver comes out of his break. Nice work.
And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Back to pass. Finds his man. It's Anderson. He almost picked up the 1st down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the 1st down.
They're going to go to the air on 3rd and short. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
3rd and short like that on your own side of the field, you're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense, and the ball falls incomplete.
Catches it cleanly at the 20. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. They'll get this drive started from their own 26. Using his legs, it's Davidson. Powers through the defender. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34. The Wildcats will hustle to the line. To throw, it's Boley. Caught near the sticks, it's Gilmore. And he earns a 1st down, and boy, did he earn it after taking that lift. Throw him to the spot, and that's exactly what he did to pick up the 1st down.
And that's so many hours of doing this together. You know exactly when he's going to break on that out route. You know what kind of speed he has because you've thrown it so many times.
Turning on the Jets. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Kentucky. He found some open space and turned on the Jets. There's a reason they call this dude a big playmaker. Moments just like that one.
Big-time playmaker. Can make plays all over the field from all different spots. That's why you got to find ways to give him touches as much as possible because he'll make it happen.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Quarterback may change this route. Wants to go up top on first down. Fires to the tight end. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. Guys, that's the end of the quarter, and Kentucky has the lead. And that was an impressive and dominant first quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. Big turning point as we head into the second and get this game rolling again. Get a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with second down. Send the tight end in motion. They'll run play action. Dances away. Took a shot as he threw. Couldn't find anyone open here, and he'll live to fight another play. It'll be third down.
Yeah, and your first job is to affect the quarterback and try to get him off his spot. They get him off his spot, he gets outside the pocket, and a nice job chasing, not quitting, getting to the quarterback, and still getting a good lick as he's throwing the football.
Fires to the middle. Another incompletion on third down.
It's amazing to think just how confident this offense was coming into this game. They thought they were going to go up and down the field throwing the football in this one. That has not been the case. They have not yet scored a touchdown in this one. They just threw an incompletion on third down now, looking like they may have to punt. This offense has got to find their rhythm. But you've got to wonder about their confidence at this point in the game.
Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. They've already put a couple of scores up, and they look to add to it on this drive. Couldn't find a lane. A pickup of 1 to the 31.
Yeah, and you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out.
Off the play fake. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete.
Oof, that boy's got you holding your breath every time he runs the football. So elusive, so fast. He scrambles around, buys time, and throws an incompletion. But every incompletion even looks good because he's so exciting to watch.
Exactly what to do to get behind this D on third down. Looking to throw, it's Boley. Buys a little extra time. Now he'll throw back into the middle. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Kentucky will be forced to punt.
You know, it's funny. That's probably the most discombobulated the offense has looked so far in this game, right? After watching that incompletion there on third down, they were just up and down the field earlier. Tremendous rhythm, tremendous balance. Everything their play caller was dialing up was working, lighting up the scoreboard. And all of a sudden, on this last drive, just not able to piece it together. They've got to be able to turn the page and get back to how they looked earlier in the game.
Iowa has the ball back on offense. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. Snagged in the middle, Mitch Gilbert.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
The Hawkeyes with a second and short to keep this drive moving. The give to the back. There he goes. And he was on his way, and they get him down at the 30.
those outside runs, if they can get the edge like they do, great job by the right guard, right tackle, getting the edge. And now what does this do? This makes cornerbacks come up and tackle, safeties come up and tackle, as opposed to linebackers and big defensive players. You get your guy out in space where he can use his speed and his physicality against guys that usually cover and don't come up and make tackles.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Keeping it on the ground with the single back. Brought down after keeping those powerful legs moving, getting all he could. He'll be a few inches short.
And I like the run there. The offense doesn't have to press. They've got some time still left before the half. And more importantly, they've got to cut into this lead. They're down a couple of scores. This would be enormous. The locker room will feel so different if they can punch this in for a touchdown before the half.
They make the stop at the 2, but he's got enough to give them a first and goal. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
You hear a lot of coaches talk about bend, don't break, and it's in these areas of the field down in your own goal line defensively where you want to just stiffen up. And they did a really...
Touchdown, Iowa! Made the grab and took it on in for the score. After the score, we'll see if that breathes a little fire into them.
And you see it all the time, right? You get that score, you get that energy, the crowd gets involved, and the defense got to get out and get you a stop. But this was step 1 to getting them back in the ballgame.
They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. It's Bolden. Moving out of the pocket. Trying to escape and get it himself. They'll force him out of bounds after a solid pickup on the play.
Man, this defense has their hands full today because not only do they have to worry about the running backs and not only do they have to worry about the passing game, they've got to worry about this quarterback running the football because of plays like that. Not a huge explosive play, but he showed you the athleticism, and he showed you he has the ability to hurt you with his legs.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout. We've got a tight one, and they'll try to build on the lead before going to the locker room. The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. To the air on first down. That's caught. It's Gilmore. Big pickup on that one. They'll mark him out at the 40.
This offense is clicking, everything working together really well. Coordinator, quarterback, offensive line, good rhythm, good flow. Defense is going to have to find something to kind of mess up this timing they got going on.
And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. The RPO, fire complete to the left. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal for defenses, and that was a good example there of it.
He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
And the Wildcats can really attack on this second and short. Off the bootleg, wants to throw it. Bought a little time, lets it go. He's got the tight end. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. Kentucky back at it with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw, it's Boley. He's got it on the run. They get him stopped at the 2, but it'll be first and goal.
My goodness, this offense has got it rolling. They might put up a 50-burger. This defense, they don't have any answers right now. They're going to have to figure something out.
Trying to punch it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Kentucky!
Man, that's the way you execute on offense, man. You keep your foot on the gas. Try to make this a two-score game. You do with that touchdown. This offense executing beautifully. The defense is going to have to find something in the second half to get some stops.
Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They get him stopped, but not before he gets it out to the 40-yard line. They'll start this drive and snap it from the 40. Looking downfield on first down. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
They'll go to work in the air on second down, using his feet to buy time. Finding open areas. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. They'll try to get it through the air. Caught, close to the marker, it's Anderson. They get him down at the 36, it will be a first down. They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for one or two more plays. Looking to throw on first down. Throws to the wideout. He's got it. And he makes a completion there, set up and in business at the 20. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. And in the closing moments of the first half, they'll try to put a 3-spot on the board. From the left hash, he'll try to bend in a 37-yarder. Thought he had it and couldn't get it through the uprights. He missed it. And after the miss, it's still a 14-point game. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. And the Hawkeyes will kick it off to start the second half. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. They open this third quarter on top, and they built the lead on the strength of that running game.
And they made a huge statement, too, just proving to the other team that they're more physical, they're winning in the trenches. So here in the second half, David, just keep demoralizing this defense by pounding the football.
Yeah, and I'm not going to let that happen. I riled up my guys at halftime. We're going to put more people in the box, and we got to come out. Physical challenge of this offense.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
And the Wildcats can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Power football with the run. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Caught in the backfield. It's Washington. There he goes. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is...
Oh, it's picked off. Not the second half start they'd hoped for. All kinds of room to the right. He's at the... and he's going to run it all the way back. Touchdown, Hawkeye! Just one moment, and all of a sudden the fortunes turn.
You're in a position where you're about to give up points. And now you flip that around and you put points on the board. Perfectly executed. What are you doing in an interception? First guy blocks the intended receiver. Everybody else starts to form a wall where the ball's going. Nice blocking, nice interception, nice return for the touchdown.
Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive throwing a pick six, Jesse.
You're right, Reese. Well, I think this is really dependent, too, on the leaders in this huddle right now.
Gashing the D on the right. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
And if this defense wants to get back in the football game, they've got to match the physicality of this offense. And that's a great start here in the second half. Like coming out, not letting them run the football, being the more physical and more aggressive team.
Right back to the well. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
Kinnick is having a connection fit to try to help the D on third down. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down. Kentucky going quickly. On fourth down, he'll try to toss it. They got him for the sack, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
Well, that play never had a chance on fourth down. They're trying to catch the defense off guard, throwing for it, but no protection. Quarterback didn't have an opportunity to step up and get rid of that football. Give the defense credit, man. Tremendous aggression there on fourth.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6.
29 Philly. 2-9 Philly. Kill. Philly stutter.
The inside handoff. Breaks into the open. Knocked down at the 25-yard line. Picked up 10 there and gets a first down.
Well, the defense is on their heels right now. They're going to have to find a way to stop this guy. When he's got a head of steam, boy, he is hard to bring down.
Pulls and fires it complete to the right. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
It's hard to have success on wide receiver screens when you're facing press man coverage because your blockers out front oftentimes can't pick them up, and that receiver gets gobbled up as soon as he catches the pass. You saw it on that last play.
Right on the money. Gets it inside the 10. Out of bounds at the 9 after the big pickup on that one.
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, new set of downs.
The Hawkeyes had this offense rolling. from the gun, the ground game. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Pressure coming. A little screen to the running back. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch.
And so many things have to come together perfectly for a screen to work for big yardage. And they were close. You could tell that almost busted, but they just got wrapped up, got a little bit of yardage, but they really wanted that one to be a big gainer.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Here comes the heat. And the heat gets there. And they get it down at the 14-yard line. We've reached the break, and Kentucky is on top. 3 quarters are in the books. Time becomes a factor both in trying to hold the lead or cut into it as we take a look at the stats. Here comes the 4th. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. He's not going to get there, and this defense really needed a stop like that. Kentucky sends out the punting unit. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Like that, or why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the Oak. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here. And the Hawkeyes moving quickly to the line.
And I think that's what you want to see from this offense down the stretch. Like, can you physically dominate the game?
Oh, he's got some space. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. The Hawkeyes look to do some damage in the red zone. They'll give it to the back. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
I think that might be an example of the running back maybe trying to do a little bit too much. Everybody wants to try to bounce the ball outside and hit the home run, but in college football at this level, you just need to do a better job taking what the defense gives you.
Flushed out of the pocket. He goes out of bounds right around the 10-yard line.
And one of the things I love about this defense is their speed. And they knew coming into the game that they were going to see quarterback run. But that time they had him all bottled up, and they were able to use their speed to make him go east and west and run him out of bounds. Not a great game.
He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. They didn't quite get that route run deep enough to pick up the first down. Now they've got a 4th and short.
And I think everybody at home tends to yell at their television set, why aren't you getting past the first down marker? Why did you run your route short? Defense did a good job knowing where that was, but now, 4th down, offense has to make a decision.
Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Touchdown, Iowa! They've got the lead here in the 4th.
And the timing had to be perfect. Down here this close to the red zone, the windows to throw into are so small, but the quarterback, his receiver, on the same page. And with that touchdown catch, they now take the lead.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. this bumpy ride so far to avoid the upset. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one. Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10.
And how about that? Right after they get the explosive play running the ball, they're going right back to the line of scrimmage for some tempo.
The throw. Just a bit of a misfire there as they can't make the connection. So now it's 2nd and long. Back to throw, it's Boley. That's caught, it's Gilmore. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The Wildcats come to the line in the hurry-up.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that, you got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
6-yard pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and 4. Looking to fire. Quarterback strolling away from heat. They're working that left side. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down. The Wildcats come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on 1st down. That's reeled in. It's Washington. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
Well, you can tell those two have been practicing the out route all off-season long. They look like they could have completed that in their sleep.
Wants to go up top. Keeps looking downfield. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is looking for a play to close this deal out. The crowd gets behind this defense. Wants to keep it in the air. And the completion to the sideline, a solid pickup, but not enough for the 1st down. He knew exactly what they needed there, made the play, and got out of bounds to stop the clock.
And you got to keep this turbo mode on, right? We got to keep going fast. The clock's running down. 4th quarter, need a score. Great execution to get the 1st down. We need a lot more of this on this drive.
And wisely gets out of bounds to stop the clock. They've got the 1st down, now in plus territory and a chance to save themselves. Kentucky now operating in the red zone. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Headed to the end zone. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave them a little bit of everything on that one.
1st down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another 1st down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
Fans are bringing the noise on 1st and goal. Touchdown, Wildcats. And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the 4th.
What a great job by this offense. And listen, I judge offenses by what they do in the clutch, in those big moments and right before the half, in the 4th quarter, late in the game, just like right here. You need a score. You've got to go take the lead. They do everything they can. Now, defense, you're up. I need you to get me a stop.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Wants to throw on 1st down. Under fire. Short gain on the play before he slides.
Really good job by this defense. Way to be dialed in and understand. It's a pass, and they're trying to throw the football down the field, and that clock is ticking, but understanding what you're playing against. A guy that can absolutely fly. Nice job closing in on him and getting him on the ground.
From the gun, the running back has it. Picks up the first down. And they finally get him down, but not before. He's got him set up for business at the 49-yard line. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off.
Well, running the ball there to getting the first down is big. You've got 3 timeouts, and this might be a place where you want to just use one here. Catch your breath and get your plan of attack on.
Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Gets the back moving. Second down, they'll go to the air. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
And you just got to know the situation of the game, obviously. After that incompletion, now setting up third down, you've still got timeouts. You can attack the middle of the field. It's all out there for you. There's no need to panic. Because of those timeouts, you still have an eternity to get back in this game.
They turn to the passing game on third and short. Using the quick game. He gets the job done on third down. They move the chains. It's at the 37. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. And the Hawkeyes will snap it on 1st and 10. He might want another play. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Rolling, throwing, looking right. And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, the quarterback off target on that one. And in this 2-minute situation, you've got to be able to call and run passing plays that you feel like you can run in your sleep.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Motion from the wideout. They'll go back to the air on 2nd down. Throws for the tight end. Got his man. And he wisely gets out of bounds. The clock can be the enemy right now. This offense needs to get some points.
Where's the defense on that last play? It's a 2-minute situation. You've got the guy making the catch in the middle of the field. You've got to tackle him in bounds and keep this clock moving. Somehow they were able to let him get outside and stop the clock. That just can't happen.
And he's got his man on the sideline. He'll come up a little short of the 1st down. They just can't seem to cover this guy. He keeps getting open, even when he's running out of space on the sideline.
Yeah, running out of space, they're still going to feature him. They see the matchup, and look at the balance and the coordination and just knowing where I'm out on the field to get the feet in bounds and secure the catch. What a play and what a day for this young man.
That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1.
Man, this guy's going to need some water when he gets to the sidelines. They've been putting him to work on this drive, right? We've seen him toting the rock with success. Now you're seeing him get involved in the passing game, too. They are highlighting his versatility here on this drive.
They're going to run it. And the defense sold out to stop the run, and they do here on 1st down. They get the timeout call with 7 seconds left on the clock. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? He wants it all. Touchdown, Hawkeye! They move on top here in the 4th.
Man, what a great job by this offense executing down the field, using all of the clock, being smart, getting the big score late, and I think that one should do it.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. First play of this drive comes from the 27. To the air, it's Boley. Looking to scramble. He's taking the deep shot. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.